It's pressure, pressure and pressure. Now on Australian Prime Minister. After UK Prime Minister, the pressure of Australian citizens now go to Australian Prime Minister Anthony. Now what is the pressure? What is the pressure that clear the plans of migration? Which migrants you want to immigrate to Australia? Which type of the people will come in future? In my comments, one Australian citizen clarified, we are not against immigration. We are with immigration, but plan is not good. Because the data which he shared was shocking for me as well. He was telling that only 3 countries entering as an immigrants in our country. Mean that we don't want Chinese, Indians and one another country became dominant. We want immigrants uniformly throughout the world. That's the plan and that's the reason of the protest. Therefore, Australian migration system, I analyze first time after US and UK, this wave is moving. This wave is transfusing, is diffusing from high concentration to low concentration. And this wave actually started from United States, and actually the finder, or I can say founder of this wave is Donald Trump. That we don't want all immigrants. Why all immigrants? Why we not involve only with the useful immigrants? This wave transferred and educated to UK British citizens, and they are now out the hotel where asylum seekers are living. Tough situation for PM Starmer, because PM Starmer cannot violate the UK immigration laws, because the laws are that when asylum seeker filed application, there is no deportation until the decision. But citizens are under pressure, and they are putting pressure on UK Prime Minister Starmer, and they are clearly mentioning you can change the law. Now Australia, what Australia will do? Remember, Australia was very moderate with citizens' pressure. No doubt about this, Australia put a lot of pressure on Australian students that they cannot change course, their work permit like Canadian students became difficult, and their immigration process is only related with their genuine statement, with their genuine documentation, with their genuine habitat, and with their genuine acts which they do during their study. Similar fashion strictness levels are unskilled workers as well, but they still allowing a lot of immigrants. But I am now feeling one thing, which is first time for me as well as an immigration analyst, and I was not aware of this situation, that immigrants never want to go to other countries, and they only want to go to Australia, UK, USA and Canada. And that's the Australian citizens are talking about. They are telling only one thing, we want immigration. We want laborers, we want construction workers, we want doctors, we want students. But why from the one country only? When I mentioned in my last clip, some people were a little bit sad of Indians. No sir, we are Indians, and who is talking that Indians are more? But I myself giving evidence of Australian mainstream channels in their mainstream program of Standard Time. They are discussing all the time that Indians are increasing in the numbers. and they were criticizing why Indians are required only. That's why I recorded that session. And now clearly Australian citizens are clarifying that Chinese are also more, Indians are also more. If you just compare Canadian data, you will understand. In Canada, the number one students who enter Canada as a student visa holders, they are Chinese and Indians only. And normally, when people are applying for the student visa, they only apply for these 4 countries. US, Donald Trump is not giving much visas to the students. Therefore, students are switching only to the Canada and Australia and even UK. Now not allowing much relaxation for the future work permits or the future citizenship, because proposals are under process that we will change the nationality law from the 5 years to the 10 years, and the students are now reluctant mostly to go to UK. After that, final proposals are still under process. But first time which I am feeling, Australian PM, even he won election, he was having a very transitional status, meaning that he was not with immigrant and he was not with the Australian citizens. He was playing middle role. When Australians were telling do tight the immigration, he became a little bit tight, and he only allowing genuine students to study, but he was allowing work permit holders as well. Still the people are going to Australia, but mostly useful people he is allowing. Still scammers are doing their work and they enter. And this is the criticism of Australian citizens. Why scammers? Why immigration system? Why migration system is not able to filter scammers? And those are found within cities of Australia. They are students, they are not studying. They are having work permit holders, but they are not working. Due to these all factors, due to all these scenario, now Australian citizens also, like UK and US, they are on the roads. I think he is very intelligent man. I am talking about PM of Australia. He will handle the situation as he handled in the past before elections. Remember, he won election by much amicable way, and he won election by 2 ways, that he handled Australian citizens as well. He handled immigrants as well, because he was under pressure from both sides. Companies were promoting their products to the overseas workers, and they were claiming, and most of them were construction companies. He made balance. He did not change his decisions at extremes. People survived. But unfortunately, now he is under pressure. Very interesting how he handled this pressure. Either he will shun immigration, which look very impossible, but what a revolutionary change he will do to satisfy Australian citizens and immigrants as well this time, because Australian immigrants now having full pressure, I think, which is more severe than many years in the past years in Australia. That is the history. So very interesting situation developing. I will keep updating you. Keep watching my channel. Thank you very much.